one of my guilty pleasures, I don't keep up with it like I used to, but one of the things that I love to talk about that people always look at me and go, really? Like, that's something you're into? Is professional wrestling. Professional wrestling for me, especially when I was younger, was a really big thing. Like middle school, I was like, oh yeah, these guys are so cool. Oh yeah. And people always look at me and say, well, you know that's fake, right? And here's the thing about it. It is fake, but it's scripted. It's not all fake. The fact, when somebody picks somebody up and throws them, that's not fake. You pick that person up and threw them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're right. It's scripted.
It's all scripted. And like people say, like, well, how could you possibly watch it? I was like, have you ever seen The Days of Our Lives? And like, I was like, WWE is basically a soap opera.
But for boys.
But for men.
Testosterone.
Like, it's testosterone fuel.
Oh, man, you
also, we are all very open-minded people, and gender-specific things do not actually exist.
It's true. I mean, but like, that's what I'm saying. Soap opera, well, like, it's the audience, the target audience. Yeah. And it's not us. I mean, that's just who they are. The target audience for WWE for most of the time. Think about this. Tough men throwing each other around and drinking beer and things like that. And then there's the lady match where the girls come out. Who's that for?
It's for the ladies.
Who's that for? It's obviously for the women who go, wow, look at those bulging muscles and them ripping each other's faces off. Like, but I think back, like, when I was into it, was really one of the heydays, because there was a diminish for a while in WWE where it was kind of boring, and then like all of a sudden it spiked with all these brand new characters who were like really interesting, and the story kind of got like really complex because they had good chemistry on camera. Yeah, like that's where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came from, and Hulk Hogan came back, and my dad talks about how he remembers at the Pontiac Silverdome at WrestleMania 3, which was now this is the Jake talking about professional wrestling show, like I Shanghai Dad. John Cena. So I will say, one of the most iconic like sports entertainment moments was Hulk Hogan picked up Andre the Giant, and you know Andre the Giant. You guys know who that is?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Princess Bride.
In the Princess Bride, he was the Giant who's, I'm going to have to kill you, and throws rocks at the guy. If you didn't know, those listening.
Spoiler alert.
Anybody want a peanut?
Yeah. And the funny thing is, his voice actually wasn't altered. His voice was just that low because he had this giantism or whatever it was that made him as big as he was, and his voice really was that low. Yeah. But the thing was, Hulk Hogan, the biggest thing was that he actually picked him up, turned him upside down, and like suplexed him to the mat. And Andre the Giant weighed like 550. He's a big guy, and that was like a true feat of strength to see like scoop slam this guy onto the mat. And the funny thing was, he tried 2 or 3 times, but he couldn't get it. And they're grappling in the middle of the ring, and you hear the story. Hulk Hogan's like talking to him like, I don't think I can do it, man. I don't think I can do it, brother. And Andre's like, you can do it. Just do it again. I will jump this time. Because Andre the Giant was from France, and English actually, and that's why he sounded that way. He wasn't stupid. English just wasn't his primary language. Yeah. So he talked like, he sounds like he's French, like, but he had deep voice. That's a little bit racist. No, that's Bummer Drummer. Get that out of here.
That's a totally different show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gay Grumps.
But there was a. Now I'm off track. But anyway, he said, "You can do it. I'm going to jump this time." He jumps and he actually scoots, and it's pretty intense to watch. I'm like, and especially when you know that story, like they're in the middle of the ring, they're actually talking. I mean, you can tell when they're talking in the ring, but that's what they're saying. Like, yeah. Apparently, Hulk Hogan actually tore some muscles doing that because he was so massively heavy. Like, yeah, I tore like whatever. Anyway, that's my not pet peeve. That's my
guilty pleasure.
That's my guilty pleasure is WWE, and I love talking about it. And I love this. Like, it's just so much fun. Like,
it is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I see WWE, there's that little like inside going like, because yes, it is fake, but it's also scripted. And even though it is scripted, it's not like the script comes out before the play. You know, you can't see it. So I do understand and appreciate that, going like, you don't know what's going to happen. And a lot of crazy stuff happens. A lot of it's stupid, and it makes me laugh, but like...
Well, yeah, I mean, that's... Yeah, like, you gotta take it with a grain of salt.
But. Like, and then, like, I remember one time I watched it, and I was like, I was dying laughing, because I was watching it with my dad, and my dad and I like to, you know, make fun of everything we watch, because it's just the way we do. It's like our pastime. And I remember, like, there was a guy, like, he was, like, super ripped, like, his neck was bulging out. I don't know any of the names of the guys. But like,
dude with a
It's
super
funny, that's
cool
actually-
accent.
I think he was like the commissioner or something like that, or like he was in charge, or like he was like the person who like runs WWE, like the manager or something like that.
Yeah, that's
and then
Vince,
like he was
Vince
like,
McMahon.
yeah, he was talking.
My head is in my hand right now. Oh yeah, Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
He's
like,
the
well,
commissioner.
anyways, but like, he was like, one of the wrestlers were getting snippy with him, saying like, I could do way better job than you can. He was like, I'd like to see you try. And then like 3 times, like, it would happen, like, they start punching at each other, and like, Vince McMahon, apparently, he gets back up, he's like, now I'm getting real serious, and like, it starts getting stronger, like, start beating on him, and all of a sudden, he gets it, like, sucker punched again, and like, it's on the ground, and then like, a whole thing goes on where he's getting his ass beat again, and all of a sudden, he gets back up, and the whole crowd goes crazy, and he was like, now I'm getting real serious.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, he said it like 5 or 6 times, I was like, alright, well, I mean, were you not serious the first 7 times you said it beforehand? Like, that stuff makes me laugh.
So I will ask, how recently was it you were watching that?
Oh my gosh, it was probably like 2004 or
Okay,
something.
yeah, that was still Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Because the current general manager of the WWE is Triple H, so there's that.
Just so you know.
Well, Triple H, who was one of the big characters, is, like, I say characters because they really are characters. Like, the guys aren't that way. The Rock's not actually The Rock. Like,
No, he's actually a pretty cool dude.
he's a really nice guy, but the thing was, like, each one of these people they have 2 kinds of characters, good guys and bad guys, but they call them faces and heels. And people would switch between being a face and a heel, so you never knew, like, is this week Hulk Hogan going to be a heel, and he's siding with the bad guys, and there's, like, staple heels and staple faces. But, like, The Rock also went back and forth between the 2, and Triple H went back and forth between the 2, and who they sided with, and, you know, anyway, it was always interesting to see that, and I think about it, and I'm like, oh, it's so cool, but then, like, people are like, I'm like, oh, I like WWE.
Alright, Greg, what's one of your guilty pleasures so you can join in?
Oh,
Quick, Greg, talk about something none of us know about.
well,
Because we don't.
Monologue from Greg.
guilty pleasures, huh? Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Yeah.
Alright, no, I know.
No, I actually had one, but I got too interested in WWE. Wow, I don't think I was gonna say that today. WWE.
I'm the worst. That's Shanghai.
I think one of my guilty pleasures is, nope, can't think of it. Lana, you're gonna have to go.
Good job, Greg.
I did great.
No, I can't think of one either.
No, I know one.